Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you. And it is for Sunday, which is sorry about that, looking at the calendar, Sunday the 12th day of October. Sorry about that mix-up. I'm actually taping this about 6 days early. But this is your halacha for Sunday the 12th of October. You're now in Chol Hamoed if you're listening to this on the day of Chol Hamoed. And one of the laws I want you to know, guys, is that you need to know, are you putting on your tefillin on Chol Hamoed, yes or no? So in short, the answer is it depends. It really depends on your family custom. There are some families that have the custom to put on tefillin because it's Chol. It is somewhat a regular day during Chol Hamoed, and because it's somewhat of a regular day, you put on your tefillin the way you would on any regular day. If you are putting on your tefillin on Chol Hamoed, you're going to have the question of, do I make a bracha on them the way I usually do? Or some people follow the custom of not making a bracha on their tefillin on Chol Hamoed because it's not really a secular day. So that too is going to follow your family custom. And there are some people, many people, who have the custom to not wear their tefillin on Chol Hamoed, and that's because it's like a moed. It is somewhat a Yom Tov. You're allowed to be in your car and everything, and you're allowed to touch muktzah, but move muktzah. But it has, in some ways, it is considered a moed, and we try not to do regular business transactions if they're not necessary. If they're not necessary, I repeat. So, therefore, some people don't put on their tefillin on Chol Hamoed. I think if you're in Jerusalem, if you're vacationing there and seeing this, wow, you're so lucky. I wish I was there. But most people, 99% of people, are not putting on tefillin. That's the custom there. And that brings me to my next piece of law. If you are putting on tefillin, and you're finding yourself in some shul where nobody's putting on tefillin, and you're basically violating the custom of that shul by trying to put on your tefillin, there are some shuls who would ask you to please not put on your tefillin in their shul because it's messing up their custom of nobody puts on tefillin in their shul. Then you should honor that, and you should not put on tefillin in their shul. Sometimes you're going to arrive at a shul where you're just going to find that their shul doesn't seem to have a set custom, and half the people are wearing tefillin and half the people aren't, and they're scattered all over the place. Then you can fall in step and do that too, and do what everybody else in the shul is doing. Some yes, some no. Sometimes you're going to walk into a shul where some people are wearing tefillin and some people are not wearing tefillin on Chol Hamoed, but they have them in sections, and they have the tefillin people on one side of a divide and the non-tefillin people on the other side of a divide. Then that seems to be the shul custom that you should fall into that too, and do whatever your designated group is doing. But the general gist of the law there is to not like make a separate way that I do different than the shul here. You should fall in step with the custom of the shul, such that if they're all wearing them, some wearing them, some not, all over the shul, you can do that too. If they have set places, then you do what you belong doing in your set place with your tefillin or not your tefillin. And if you're in a place where they're asking that nobody wears tefillin here, then don't put your tefillin on. You could then in private go and down with the shul without tefillin the way they're doing, and then privately go get your tefillin on somewhere quietly and away from the crowds. But you should generally be following the custom of your family and the custom of the shul. If you don't know the custom of your family, that sometimes happens because, let's say, the family before you wasn't observant and you don't know what they would have done about tefillin, then you might want to speak to your rabbi and ask him what custom you should adopt for yourself. But those are the general rules on general. There could be some other exceptions to tefillin wearing on Chol Hamoed. A good moed, everybody. And log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.